Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Okay. Hello, friends. Oops, that's not in focus. Just a moment to let you in on, I have a new audio interface for the laptop. I've noticed in the last few videos, there have been moments during the recording where there's been this hitching, lost frame kind of thing. And I've just noticed it. Maybe it's been happening all along, but nobody's pointed it out. I happen to notice it. Maybe it's something unique to this laptop and I'm pushing it to its extremes. But at any rate, perhaps this new audio interface will take care of the problem. We'll see. I'm saying this so that if you notice something very different in this recording, please say something in the comments. I need to know how this finally ends up translating to YouTube. And without further ado, let's chant. Namo Myo Renge Kyo. Okay. Check, check, check. 1, 2. Namu Myoho Renge Kyo. Namu Myoho Renge Kyo. Namu Myoho Renge Kyo. Namo 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Kyo Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. 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 Namo Myoho Renge Kyo.
Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Renge kyo, namo myoho 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 renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Renge kyo, namo myoho 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 renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Myoho renge kyo, namo 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 myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho myoho renge kyo, namo 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 myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge kyo, 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 namo myoho renge kyo. Namo myoho renge ko, 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 namo myoho renge ko. Namo myoho renge ko, 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 namo myoho renge ko. Renge ko, namo myoho 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 renge ko. Namo myoho renge ko, 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 namo myoho renge ko. Namo myoho renge ko, 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 namo myoho renge ko. Namo myoho renge ko, 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 namo myoho renge ko. Renge ko, namo myoho 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 renge ko. Namo myoho renge ko, namo myoho renge ko, namo myoho renge ko, namo myoho renge ko, namo myoho renge ko. Namo myoho renge ko, 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 namo myoho renge ko. Namo myoho renge ko, 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 namo myoho renge ko. Namo myoho renge ko, 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 namo myoho renge ko. Namo myoho renge ko, 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 namo myoho renge ko. Hanamu myoho renge kyo. Hanamu myoho renge kyo. Hanamu myoho renge kyo. Myoho renge kyo. Ho ben pondai ni ni ji se san ju san mai an jo ni ki go shari ha chi cho bu chi e jin jin mo ryo go chi e man. Shomon yakashi butsuzo fu no chi cho wi shaga butsuzo shingan yakasan man nakamu shu sho butsu jingyo cho butsu muryo do ho yum yo cho jin myo sho fu man jo ju jin jin mi so u ho sui gi sho setsu i shu nange. Shuju in and shuju hiu ko en gang kyo mu shu ho ben indo shu sho ro di cho jaka sho i shaga nyorai ho ben chi ken haramitsu kai gu soku shari hachi nyorai chi ken kodai jinya murya muge. Jinyu Musai Joju Isai Mizo Uho Shari Hutchin Yorai no Shudu Fumbetsugo Se Shoho Ganji Nu Nane Kashushin Shari Hutchishu Yoganchi Muryo Muhen Mizo Uho Busichi Joju Shi Shari Hutchin Busho Joju Dai Chikeu Nange Shiho Yui Butsuyo Butsunai no Kujin Shoho Jiso Shoi Shoho Nyose So Nyose Sho Nyose Tai Nyose Riki Nyose Sa Nyose In Nyose and Honmaku Gyoto Shoi Shoho Nyose So Nyose Sho Nyose Tai Nyose Riki Nyose Sa Nyose In Nyose En Nyose Ka Nyose Hon Nyose Honmaku Gyoto Shoi Shoho Nyose So Riki Nyose Sa Nyose In Nyose En Nyose Ka Nyose Hon Nyose Honmaku Gyoto Myoho Renge Kyo No Raiju Yohan Daiju Roganiji Butsugo Shobo Satsugyu Isai Daishu Shosen Nanchi Nyorai Jodai Shigo Bugo Daishu Nyoto To Shinge Nyorai Jodai Shigo Ubugo Shodai Shu Nyoto To Shinge Sejibo Satsutai Shumi Rakavi Shugasho Bukabutsugan Se Son Yuigan Se Shiga Toto Shinju Butsugo Nyose Sambaki Bugan Yuigan Se Shiga Toto Shinju Butsugo Niji Se Son Chicho Bo Satsu Igoshi Ganyo To Taicho Nyorai Hi Michijin Shushi Riki Isai Seiken Tenin Gyu Ashura Kai Gon Shakamune Butchishu Jakajigu Kogaya Jofu Wanza Odojo Budai Nenzen Nanchi Gachijo Butsu Irai Muryo Muhen Yakusenman Nokanayuta Kohinyogo Yakusenman Nokanayuta Asogi Sansendai Sensei Kakeshi Unin Machi Mijin Senman Nokanayuta Asogi Kokodaige Ichijin Yose Tokyo Jinsei Mijin Sosen Nanchi Yoi Yunga Se Shose Kaka Tokushi Yui Koke Chigu Shufumi Rakabosa Toku Bakabutsugan Se Son Muryo Muhen Hisan Jushochi Yakui Shin Yakishokyu Isai Shomon Yakichi Butsui Muro Chifu no Chiyu Chigo Genshu Gato Ju Ayu Yochi Chi Oze Chichu Muryo Muhen Niji Butsugo Daibo Sashu Sozen Nanchi Konto Fumyo Sengyo Nyoto Se Shose Kan Yakachaka Mijin Gufu Chakasha Jini Ijin Ichijini Kogajo Butsuirai Yakusenman Nokanayo-ta Asogi Koji Juserai Gajo Zai Shishaba Sekai Seppo Kyoke Yaku Yosho Yakusenman Nokanayo-ta Asogi Kokodori Shujo Shosen Nanchi Oze Chugenga Setsunendo Buto Yuone Hanyo Sekai Hoben Fumbetsu Shosen Nanchi Yaku Shusho Raishi Gasho Gai Butsugen Kango Shinto Sho Kanri Don Susho Odo Soso Ji Jetsumyoji Fudo Nenki Daisho Yakabu Genkon Ui Shuju Hoben Setsumi Myoho Noryo Chujo Hokangi Shinso Sen Nanchi Nyorai Kencho Chujo Yo Oshobo Takoaku Jusa Ise Nin Setsugasho Shuke Samyake Zambo Dainen Gajijo Butsu Irai Kuwan Yakishi Tani Hoben Kyoke Chusho Ronyu Butsudo Sanyo Se Setsusho Sen Nanchi Nyorai Shoen Kyo Den Kai Do That Shujo Tashin Wakaji Koshin Wakaji Tashin Wakaji Koji Wakaji Taji Chocho Gon Setsukai Jitafuko Shoi Shaga Nyorai Nyoji Chiken Sangai Shiso Mu Ushoji Nyakatai Nyakachichigakumuzai Se Hijitahiko Hinyo Hii Funyo Sangai Kenno Sangai Nyoshi Shiji Nyorai Myoken Mu Ushakemyo Isho Shujo Ushu Shujo Shuju Yokushuju Gyo Yokoro shoujo senga ni nyaka ni nen hi yu ganji chuju sebo chosa bujiri miso sanpai nyose ga jo buto irai jindai kuwon jumyo muryo asogi kojo yu fumbetsu shosen nanchi shoujo jumyo konyu mi jinbu bai choshu nengan hi jitsu metadoni ben shogun toshu metadon yorai ise ho ben kyoke chujo cho ichaga nyakabuku ju ose Zengan bingu ge senton dagago yakanyu o ogatomo kemo chunaken norai josai fu betumen ki kyoshi ni e endai fu no sho o nanzo shiso Iho ben tatabiku toshi shobusu se nankachi gu shoi shaga sho yakanong ninka moryo yakasamano ko wakaru ken bata wakafu ken chai chi ko gasa segon Togen Shiju Toto Monyo Sego Hito Sho O Nanzo Shiso Shinne Rembo Katsugo O Butsu Benzu Sengan Seko Nyorai Juifu Jitsu Metsu Nigan Metsudo Uzen Nanchi Sho Butsu Nyorai Kaiji the Fugo Hinyoro Ichi Eso Datsu Myoren Ho Yakuzenshi Jubyo Gonin Tashoshi Sokunyaka Juni Junaichi Yakachu I Uji En Onshi Yokokashoshi Ogo Onta Doka Yaki Hatomonan and then Uji Zeji Gobu Shoshi on daga waka shichahanshin waka fushi sha yoken gobu kaidai kangi haiki monjin zennan nongi gato guchi go bukataka yaki genken kuryo kyochi chumyo kuno nyo ze esho kyobo guko yakusho sekiko mimi kai setsuku sakatoshi wago yoshiro bukuni sa zegan shidai ro yakushiki go mimi kai setsuku sakanyoto ka baka shakujoku no mubu chugen go chochi chu Shikigo guko sakaben bakashi byojin joyo yoshi shinja kenga burai suya kangi manjingu jakajibyo nenyo go yakani fuko bakasho shaga doke jinyo shippan chinko oshiko shikiko yakani ifumi Shishi kamini dokasho chu shingai tendo sui gengaki gusha kuryo nyose ko yakani fuko bukugakon to seta hoben ro bukushi yakasokaza zegan yoto tochi Zekoro yakakon ruzai shinyo kashu bukamotsu fusai sasekyo ibushi takuku kenshi gengo nyobu ichi Mambu hai so shindai uno nisa zenen yakabu cha sha jimin gato no kenkugo koncha saga onso takoku chiui koro mubu jiko joi hiken Shi yakashiki go mimi sakashu bakashi dakabyo kaya gaba manchi shichi chokashai jin ben raiki genshi Shosen nanchi o I unga ha uni no se shiro I komo zaifu hocha se sanbutsu gonga yakanyo ze jo butsu irai. Hyakasenma nakanayu ta asogi ko I shujo I ho ben riki gondo metsudo yakamu uno nyo ho setsuga komo kasha niji se son yakuju sensigi ni setsuge gon. Shoko shumuryo hakusenma nokosaya sogi josepo kyoke mushu akushu shoro nyu o butsudo nirai muryo ko ido chujo ko ho bengen nehan Shusi seppo ga joju oshi icho jindu rikido tendo suzo sigan ni fuken shuken ga metsuro koku yoshari genkai renbo ni shoketsugo shin Shichijiki inu nani shinyo kenbutsu fuji jakijim yoji gagu suso kusudro du zenga jigo chuzo josai chifu metsu iho benriko Koku shujoku gyo shingo shagabu o hichu isetsumu johon yoto fumanchi tani ga metsudo ga kencho chuzo motsuzai oku kai kofu ingenshin Ingo Shinren Bonai Shitsui Seppo Jinsu Rikinyo Seo Wasogi Kojo Zairo Ju Senkyu Yocho Chusho Shusho Kenko Jindai Kasho Choji Tenin Joju Manon Rinsho Do Kakuchuju Ocho Gan Hoju Dake Ga Shujo Choyu Rakusho Tengaku Tenku Josa Shugi Gaku Umandara Ke Sambataku Daishu Nishu Kensho Jinu Fujo Kunyo Nyose Sitsuju Manse Shosai Shujo Iyaku Inen Ka Asogi Kofu Mansan Bomyo Cho Uchuku Doku Sogai Kengai Shinsai Shini Seppo Wakaji Ishi Shu Setabuta Muryo Kunai Kenbusha I Setabuta Nanchi Gachi Rikinyose Yumyamu Shukoku Shugo Shotoka Nyoto Uchi Chamoto Chichogi Toran Yojin Butsugo Jippu Konyo Wizen Hoben Ichi Oshiko Zizai Niganshi Kushoku Genshai Bambu Tendo Jizai Niga Metsu Ijo Kengako Nisho Kyoshi Shin Ho Ichitakago Yokoda O Akado Chuga Chochi Chujo Gyodo Fugyodo Zuyo Chokado Shizasen Nigaryo Shujo Tokenyu Mujodo Sokujo Jubushin Namu Hamyo Renge Kyot Hanamu Hamyo Renge Kyot Hanamu Hamyo Renge Kyot Namu Myoho Renge Kyo 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 Myoho Renge Kyo Namu Myoho Renge Kyo Namu Myoho Renge Kyo Namu Myoho Renge Kyo Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. Namu Myoho Renge Kyo, Namu Myoho Renge Kyo, Namu Myoho Renge Kyo, Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. Namu 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Congratulations. Thank you, everyone.
And I apologize, my wonderful benefactor Sandra, who houses me and owns this land that I built this school on. She's doing good. She's doing better, but she got the Omicron. Both of us are fully vaccinated, 3 shots of Pfizer, and I think that I may be getting some from her. Sorry about the choppiness. I almost considered not doing Gongyo and just doing a video, but I needed it. So what did I want to talk about today? Actually, there's 2 things floating in my mind. I don't know if you've noticed this, but the second meditation in Gongyo, it's really a review of everything Shakyamuni's ever taught. It's all in that one meditation. It really amazes me that I've done videos on each of the prayers or meditations, and I could probably do more and do one specifically. Just again, I've done it before, but as many times as it resonates with me on during a Gongyo, I don't think it will be any harm in spending an entire video or podcast talking about the second meditation. It is just the complete picture. I want to go into more of these Tendai texts, but I'm really motivated to talk about Namu once again. So I had another visualization about our Daimoku and our recitation practice, and how Nichiren's doctrine blows up our understanding of the Lotus Sutra. And Nichiren would never have considered himself an inventor of Buddhism. So, those who go around saying they practice Nichiren's Buddhism, maybe they don't mean it, but it's really a misunderstanding. Nichiren is definitely Bodhisattva, and definitely a profound teacher for our modern times. But what he practiced and what he elucidated was the ultimate teaching of Shakyamuni. We practice Shakyamuni's Buddhism. That is Buddhism. He awoke it, he invented it, he spread it. It's his teaching that we practice. And the Lotus Sutra is the culmination of his ideal, which he started out with, was to be able to find a root causal method to enable anyone, whatever caste, financial, mental, scholar, whatever, anyone, from the farm worker to the doctor to whatever, any branch of society. If you had a brain, a sentient being, then that would be the proof that this was the method for living life fully while minimizing and getting rid of all of those issues that create stress and anxiety and sorrow and pain in our lives, so that we can live our life as full and experientially broad and beautiful as possible, rather than being, getting depressed and feeling defeated and all of that. Where does that all come from? And if it was, in fact, a true method, then it shouldn't matter what your status or living conditions are. It should work for everyone. And in the Lotus Sutra, he pounds that home. There's a way to live your life that you can ensure that you're constantly experiencing more and more of your fullest potential, and getting rid of and detaching from all of the things in your life that bring on these conditions of stress and sorrow and so on. So, the analogy today is a water reservoir. If you're not sure what a reservoir is, it's not a tank. This is something that's been done for centuries and centuries. You find a constant flowing river, and maybe it has tributaries, streams and other rivers, usually coming down from a higher elevation, melting snow, collections of rain, so on and so forth, that flowed through the district where your population lives. And you go into those mountains, the foothills, and you select an area and you put up a dam. And a dam stops the river from flowing and accumulates water, more and more and more water, until you form a huge lake. And then you open gates in the dam to allow the water to continue to flow downstream and feed the community at large with their irrigation needs, their drinking needs, so on and so forth. I'm going to add one thing to that, is I'm going to add a dam at the start of the reservoir. Doesn't really make sense, but for the analogy, I think you'll understand. Because one thing I want to nail down is this idea of Na-Mu. It's two characters for a reason. That's why we don't abbreviate it or mess with it. That's just laziness. Na, as I've did a whole video on this, is our opening, our readiness for. And Mu is our resolve and our confidence to retain. And this has to do with the teachings of Buddhism, right? Where we open ourselves completely to the teachings and we commit to amassing the knowledge and practicing it correctly. So here's the reservoir. We have a gate entering the reservoir. And Na says, I'm opening that gate. Flow into this reservoir freely. Give it to me. And the reservoir slowly fills. And how do we fill that reservoir? Daimoku and recitation. The more we chant Daimoku, the more we recite Gongyo, the more we fill ourselves, our reservoir, with the genius of Shakyamuni Buddha and the enlightenment of Buddhism. And we do this, why? Because as we course through the world as bodhisattvas, we need this great reservoir of confidence, assuredness, and experience, so that when we open the gates of the dam that feeds the people, our environment around us, we can feed them adequately. Now think about this. If you just chant once a week, or you don't bother learning Gongyo, it's like you're not opening your gate fully on the entrance, and you're getting a little water in your reservoir, but you're not filling it up very deep. And so that when you go out into the world and meet others, you can feed them a little bit. Maybe you inspire them a little bit. Maybe they see your mood change and they think, well, you must. But you soon run out of water from your reservoir because it's so low, and your influence diminishes. But here's the thing. It's not only does your influence diminish, but your own life condition, your reservoir, empties. And you start to have trouble in the world. You start to experience doubts or lack of confidence. Or you get into situations that nag you all the time and you don't want to get in those situations anymore, but they drag you down. Right? The first thought on your mind should be, I need to chant more. I need to do a nice, long Gongyo. And on that note, what I'll say is that, as you may have noticed, and certainly today, I try to keep slowing down my daimoku and slowing down my recitation. Sometimes it's hard because if you're used to it, you start to fly through it. But here's the thing. This is a focused concentration to awaken within you every cell in your body to its Buddhist wisdom. The Gohanzon is your body-mind. And so enunciating clearly, repeatedly, is, remember, each character represents entire sutras of meaning. So if you think of them that way, it's not just Nyoze in, Nyoze en, Nyoze ka. It's Nyoze in and everything that means. Everything that you know that it means from your study, from your practice. So really, Nyoze en, Nyoze ka, Nyoze ho. Savor your daimoku. Namu myoho renge kyo. Say every syllable clearly. Because each character, each syllable, each sound is tied to tremendous volumes of knowledge, of awakening. There's a deep savor it. Don't just try to get through it. What is that? It turns into mumbling. Enunciate it clearly so that not only can you focus on enunciating clearly, but your ears can hear it back. Na, mu, myo, ho. It's like you're awakening this mind by acting the mind clearly. It's like a big water wheel, right? So, open the dam, nah. Fill up the reservoir, moo. You fill up the reservoir. And then, Myoho Renge Kyo trickles out into your environment. And you don't run out of that awakening, that energy, that wonderful store of life condition. And you can defeat anything that wants to knock you off of that. Because your reservoir is full. You don't run out. Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. It's just a short talk. I hope that it's useful. Obviously, I'm losing my voice. So, I'm going to call it for today. Please take care of your health. Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, as I will. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to go in the house and nurture myself. Be kind. You know, we all have struggles. Look at me. I've been practicing over 40 years. I'm not a perfect being. But that's my goal. That's my reservoir. That's my dedication, my determination. Right? So let's get there together. Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. Thank you so much. My patrons, this couldn't happen without you, quite frankly. And that's both on Patreon and independently. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.